Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. For today's video, I have my paycheck budget for the 4th week in November. I'm so excited. This is actually going to be the final paycheck budget in November. Now, that might confuse some of you because technically there's still one more paycheck left in November. Payday, my husband's final payday of the month, lands on November 30th. And typically my little rule for breaking down my budgets by month, because I budget paycheck to paycheck and not month to month, it doesn't really matter. But typically my rule is if a payday lands on a day in November, then it's considered a November paycheck. However, it's the final day of the month. The majority of the money that we earn here on the 30th is going to go towards things for December. And I want to be able to wrap up my November budget and get all of my videos kind of filmed, edited, and uploaded this week, because starting on the 1st of December, I'm going to be having so many videos coming at you. You guys will have to watch my Vlogmas introduction to find out the exact schedule and my plan, but just know that I'm going to have like 2 videos a day on a lot of days in December. And so if I included all of like my end of the month stuff, like my side hustle income video, my debt update video, my sinking funds video, and I didn't film those and post them until next week, it would be even crazier in December. So I want to get those videos up before Vlogmas starts. And in order to do that, I need to have this payday count as a December payday. So I made the executive decision that this paycheck that my husband receives on November 23rd is going to be the last paycheck we count for November. I'm going to wrap up my November budget this week rather than this next week, just for the sake of my filming schedule. So this is the last paycheck budget you're going to see on my November printables. You'll be seeing December printables starting next week. I said the paycheck date was November 23rd. So the money that we are working this week comes from the rollover from last week. It also comes from my husband's paycheck number 4. I take a portion of my husband's paycheck to help us budget for the week, as well as anything that we rolled over from last week. Other things that I have included in here, I do have some sinking funds as well as some rewards. I got Ibotta rewards and I got some credit card rewards, and I have my side hustle income take home pay in here as well, at least a portion of it. So that's where all the money that we're working with came from this week. And the amount we're working with is, I just wrote it down. Where did I write it down? My desk is a mess again, you guys. $1,200. So that's how much we are working with this week. Nope, I lied. It's $1,300. Can't read my own handwriting. So $1,300 is the amount we are working with this week. And here's all the stuff we have to budget for the week. We're going to take a look at my calendar and get my bills for the week, and those are going to go here under this checking section. Obviously, I need to take care of my cash envelopes with my variable expenses, and we're going to pay some extra debt this week. So let's just get started. For the bills that fall within this pay period, we have motorcycle insurance, car insurance, my Subaru payment, and the minimum payment on my First Merchants Bank credit card. So those are all of the bills I need to pay with this income this week. So let me just write those in really quick. Bike insurance, that's my husband's motorcycle insurance, as well as our car insurance. They are on 2 separate plans with 2 separate companies, just because that was the way that we were able to get it cheapest. So that's why it's 2 different line items in my budget. I have my Subaru payment, that's my car payment, and the First Merchants Bank minimum payment. So the way that we do credit cards is we pay the minimum payments on all of our cards. We currently have 2 cards that carry balances. We pay the minimum payments on all the cards, and then we put a ton of extra money, well, not a ton of extra money, any extra money we can towards just one card at a time. We target one card at a time. We'll talk about that card and that payment when I get to this extra debt section, though. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's fill in these budgeted amounts for these bills. So my husband's motorcycle insurance is really affordable. I'm going to budget $25. He has full coverage insurance. It costs him like, less than $25 a month to cover his motorcycle. So that's that. For my car insurance, this is insurance on my Subaru Forester as well as our camper, and we pay approximately $180-ish a month. I think it's technically a little bit less than that. Hopefully it's not a little bit more. I can never really remember, but that's what I'm going to budget, and when it comes out, we'll write in the actual amount. That'll be in my budget results video next week. For my Subaru payment, the actual payment is like $384 and change. I'm just going to pay $400. It's easier. It's an easier number to remember. Plus, we pay a few extra dollars towards the principal. So there's that. And then for my First Merchants Bank credit card, this is the credit card that we have that has the highest balance right now. We are not currently tackling this card. We're just paying the minimum payment. And that minimum payment is $55. So that's what we are going to budget. So I have my little low-cost clicky calculator here, and I'm just going to add these up. So we have 25 plus 180 plus 400 plus 55 is $660. So that is how much we are going to budget for this checking account section. So this is all the money I'm going to leave in my checking account to cover these expenses. Quickly though, I want to write in an unbudgeted line item. We don't budget for unbudgeted expenses, hence the term unbudgeted, but I like to have a line item in here just in case something unbudgeted comes up. That way I have a place to write it in. So that is my checking section. Next, we're going to move on to cash envelopes. My cash envelope categories are always the same. I have food, my spending, gas, miscellaneous, my husband's spending, and my son Austin's allowance. So these are like my variable expenses. This is the money I pull out of the bank in cash and stuff into my cash envelopes. You will see that as part of this video. I've actually already pulled out all of the cash that I needed. Through the magic of YouTube, I was able to do that, so it's already taken care of, but obviously I need to write it down for the sake of the budget. So for food, we're going to budget $200. But that's actually not how much cash I'm going to pull out of the bank, because last week when I did my grocery shopping, I was over budget a little bit. I'm actually sitting at a negative balance right now on my weekly check-in of $10. So I'm going to budget this full $200, but I'm only going to pull out $190 in cash. The other $10 is going to go to pay that overage from last week. But the budgeted amount is still $200. That's just not how much I'm actually going to pull in cash. I'll show you guys my cash breakdown once I'm done here and what I actually did in terms of that. For my spending, it's $40. That's how much I'm budgeting, but again, I'm not pulling that much in cash because I was over budget last week, so I need to pay myself back. For gas, we're going to budget $40. Miscellaneous is going to get $20. My husband gets $40. And Austin gets $10. I add this up every week. I don't need to pull in my calculator to know that this is $350. It's the same amount every week. But I'm not going to pull $350 out of the bank. Here's the actual cash I'm going to pull out, or I already pulled out actually. For food, we're going to do $190. Like I said, I was $10 over budget. I'm not going to take any spending money for myself. Instead, I'm going to take that $40 and pay it towards the overage from last week. I believe I was $50 over budget, so I still owe myself $10, which I'll have to take out of next week's budget. For gas, I am going to take the full 40 in cash because we weren't over budget in that category. And I'm going to take the 20 in cash for miscellaneous, the 40 for my husband, and the 10 for Austin. So I'm just taking less cash for food and my spending because those categories I was over budget in. The amount I actually took out of the bank was $300 in cash. We'll stuff that together at the end, but for now, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next section. So we're not doing sinking funds. I did set aside some money for sinking funds, but we are going to take care of the sinking funds all at the end of the month. I've been saving up a little bit of money each week, and once I get that lump sum, I'm going to stuff all of my cash envelopes all at once. Or, I'm sorry, all my sinking funds all at once. So you guys will see that video at the end of this week. So, nothing there. For extra debt, as I mentioned, we are currently working on a Chase card. I took the balance on my Chase card and divided it out to figure out exactly how much money I was going to need to pay each week in order to have this Chase card paid off by the end of the year. And that amount for November was $170 each week. So that's how much I'm going to budget to pay towards Chase. And that is $170 total. So the income amount we're working with was $1,300. For my checking section, I'm going to keep $660. For cash envelopes, we said it was $350. Sinking funds is nothing this time. Like I said, I did pull money out from this budget for sinking funds, but I pulled it off the top. So it's already been taken out. This $1,300 is kind of what's left to budget with. I do that just for the sake of mystery and keeping the amount that I'm setting aside for sinking funds a little bit of a secret just to make it more fun for you guys when you see that video. And then for Chase, it was $170. So the way that I do my total section here is I take that income amount, that $1,300, I subtract the amount for checking, the $660, the amount for cash envelopes, the $350, and the amount for extra debt, the $170, and that's going to leave me with $120, which is going to be my rollover amount for next week. If I was doing a savings challenge, I would write that in here and my rollover amount would be less. Like if I was doing a savings challenge and I was putting aside $50, then what was left would go to rollover, but I'm not currently doing any savings challenges this month. I am going to be starting a savings challenge in December though, which I'm really excited about. So that is my budget. Pretty straightforward. You know, my budgets are pretty repetitive every week now because I've gotten it down to a science. I know exactly what I need to do. It's the same process over and over again because this process works for me. You know, once you really get into a rhythm and you figure out what works for you, why change it, right? So that's all set and situated. I do have my cash here. I'm going to go ahead and stuff my cash envelopes. First I need to figure out what I did with my wallet. Give me just a second to grab that and we'll stuff my cash envelopes quickly. Alrighty, so let's just make this really quick. Lay out my cash here. I do have a cash tray coming, which I'm excited about. But for now, we'll just lay it out here and start stuffing. So for food, I said 190, so we're going to do 2 50s, 4 20s, and a 10. So there's that 2 50s. We need 4 20s. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 10. So that's 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. So that is the 190. So we'll go ahead and stuff that into my food envelope. And I have a little highlighter here. I'm just going to highlight this to know that I filled it. I'll go back in and fill out the actual columns for my cash envelopes at a later time, but for now, not putting anything into my envelope because we're not going to spend any money this week because we overspent last week. By we, I mean me. For gas, we're going to do $40 in 20s. So that's 20, 40. I do have some money in there already. there is currently 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So we're going to have a total of $64 in there, which is more than enough for gas for the week. Oh, wait. There's another 20 here. 20, 40, 60, 80, $84 left for gas. That's probably too much. We're definitely going to have some money left over that we can put towards some other things, but that's okay. For now, we'll just go ahead and highlight that. That was super sloppy. For miscellaneous, we're going to do $20. And I believe there's already some money in here as well. Yep, there's $21, so we're going to have a total of $41 in there. And that's everything for my wallet. So I'll go ahead and set that off to the side. Mark that we did do the 20 in miscellaneous. We'll go ahead and mark that I did 0 in my envelope too. And then for my husband, we're going to do two 20s. I'm going to set this off to the side for him. And for Austin, we're going to do that 10. So this $50 I'm going to set aside for my guys. And that's it for my cash stuffing. The cash stuffing even goes super quick these days. This whole process goes super quick. Now that I'm in my groove and it's basically the same repetitive thing every week, it goes super quick. But I still like filming these videos to keep me accountable, make sure I write out the budget. Super important to do that and to help motivate you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I post new budgeting and lifestyle content here on my channel every single week. And Vlogmas is coming up super quick, so there's going to be so many videos coming at you. You're not going to want to miss them. You can check out my Etsy shop for my budget printables. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!